Let's talk about the #1 mistake executors, administrators, and trustees make when selling a loved one's home. Hi, I'm Kim Ward.
And I'm Ashley Rivera. We are probate and trust help, and we lead, guide, and protect our executor, administrator, and trustee clients through the probate sales process. We're going to share the negative impact that overpricing a property can have and how to pinpoint price a property properly.
Before we get started, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell button to be notified of our upcoming videos, and you wouldn't want to miss any of them. It's important that you know there are main reasons, negative reasons, for overpricing a home. The first is the worst. Limited interest. We want to get as many buyers through the front door so that we can get you multiple offers to help sell the home for the highest price and the best terms. There's nothing worse than having little foot traffic once you put a property on the market, and, well, maybe worse is receiving 0 offers. The next is, over time, you can have what's called a stale listing, meaning that it's when a home stays on the market too long, it's stale, and nobody is looking at it because it's been overpriced. This stale listing, it makes the listing unattractive. Buyers are going to wonder, what's wrong with the property? When you first put a property on the market, that's the peak of the interest. It's fresh, it's new, it's something for buyers that have perhaps been looking at properties, something new for them to look at. And the buyers might go take a look at the property and want to put an offer on it when it's priced appropriately. Next is complications with appraisals. Our team has not had a low appraisal for over a decade because we have a system around giving the information that's necessary to the appraiser. But if a home is overpriced, and let's say a buyer does put in an offer at that list price, but there's nothing to support it, there's no other homes that have sold or are pending a sale in the general area, usually within half a mile of the subject property, that's when you're going to get a low appraisal. And when you have a low appraisal, there's 3 things that can happen. The seller would have to adjust the price down to what the appraised value was. The buyer would have to pay the difference between the appraisal and the contracted price, highly unlikely. And last, the transaction just falls apart. And the last is negative negotiation process. Overpricing, well, it can lead to a longer negotiation and ultimately weakening the seller's bargaining position.
An example of this would be that we recently had a client who insisted that the property be listed at $1.5 million. We informed them that the average price on the market for their area and comparable properties was around $1.3 million. In the end, they sat on the market for far too long, and we ended up selling this property at $1.25 million, below the average market price. You don't want to be that person. So it's important to ensure that you pinpoint price your property so that it is not over the market value.
Another example is that a seller accepted an offer $100,000 over the market value of the comparable properties within that area of the subject property. The reason that happened is there was a bidding war, so it kept getting bid up, and we ended up at $100,000 above the list price, which was fair market value. We shared with our sellers that there probably was going to be an issue with the appraisal, but we still went forward because if we could get an extra $100,000 for our client, that would make us very happy. Of course, when the appraisal came in, it was approximately $100,000 less than what the buyers had offered. The buyers were unable to come up with that difference, meaning they could not obtain additional financing because a lender's not going to lend more than what a property's worth. And the seller really didn't want to lower his price at that point because of the multiple offer situation, and the transaction fell apart. What happened after that was we went back on the market at the list price. The seller eventually accepted one of the multiple offers that had come in originally, and the property was sold for fair market value.
Next, let's talk about the advantages of strategically pricing the property. Pricing a property at fair market value is a way to attract buyers who are actually interested. Buyers who are actually interested in purchasing a home will recognize the value when you place a property on the market at the proper price. This will cause those buyers to hopefully make an immediate offer, and if you're extra lucky, multiple offers will come in and you'll be able to negotiate the proper price to a higher value. Oftentimes, when you use pinpoint pricing, you'll quicken the sale of the property. This means that the property is not going to sit on the market for very long, and you should receive offers relatively soon after you've placed the property on the market. Because you've placed this property on the market at the right time, at the right price, and you've received multiple offers, you should be able to reduce negotiation hassles, because when you have multiple offers, it is less likely that the buyers who you've chosen to counter with a new offer, multiple offers, you will then be able to negotiate with them, and they're not going to come back with lots of asks or changes because of the fact that you have other people who are interested in purchasing. Strategic pricing will also enhance your chances of online visibility. This is because when people are searching for homes, they usually have a max value that they're searching at. If you price just below that max value, you're going to have the people who have picked a price see that property. Say, for example, you've listed a property at $649,000. And there are people out there whose max price is $650,000. When you put that property on the market, it's $649,000. It goes to Zillow, Trulia, Realtor.com, etc. at $649,000. And when somebody searches for homes at $650,000 or less, they are going to see your property. So choosing not to overprice, let's say $655,000, increases the quantity of buyers who see your property online.
Here's an example of strategic pricing. Our seller, a trustee of his father's trust, we chose together to price the property just under $1 million at $985,000. We attracted a broad range of buyers, and the trustee, he was very happy when the home sold for $1,010,000 in 6 days. This showcases the importance of pinpoint or strategic pricing. If you find yourself in the often complex position of being responsible for a loved one's home in probate or a trust,
reach out to us at Probate and Trust Help. We would love to guide you through the process and help you make smart decisions about the pricing of the home. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell button. I'm Ashley Rivera.
And I'm Kim Ward.
And we're Probate and Trust Help.
Thanks for watching.